Namaskaram to the VSS who is hosting this program. Special Namaskaram to Prabhagarji and Colonel Babu. I'm seeing Mataji who gave the invocation, Lilitaji, Shalini ji who are part of this, and my dear friend Sri. Lot of senior people, and though VSS talks about spreading this to youth, both me and Sri is for spreading this to youth. Hope there are a few. I have seen Rajshekhar here from Anandapur, who was a young boy when we started going to Anandapur and for lectures. Sri? Yeah. He has not joined college by then. Yeah. Greetings to all. If young or not, doesn't matter. Many are young at heart. If not, their hair is grey and doesn't matter. I wish ICHR, Indian Council for Historical Research, is doing this, or at least take note of this, because I have seen earlier one of the seminar where ICHR leaders participating, ex-leaders participating, who are council members were participating, senior researchers were also participating. But the chances are less because for all of them who are studying history is only looking back to the World War, and that is where the whole world history is talked about. How does it change your life today or over the past few years? They all talk about how technology changed, how innovation happened, how mechanization happened, how revolution happened. But probably a revolution did not happen because of World War and the history what we learn today. People mistake revolution as rebellionism. Maybe we created a lot of rebel people than revolutionary people. But that is what is history talking about. History is very important to learn from our past mistakes. If there is a great saying, if I am duped today, I am at fault. But if 2 times I am duped, you have to investigate what went wrong with me. It's essential. So we cannot commit same mistakes. There are a lot of bindings together with the mind which stores experience, the society which stores experience. And the accomplishments comes from those experiences which we keep for correcting the mistakes probably. If you look at, I was listening to some of the discussions in England. Imagine if England has to learn the history of England. It's equivalent to learning the whole world history thoroughly, because once upon a time they were ruling the whole world. So what happened is they avoided all the colonial aspects of ruling the different nations by them in their academic curriculum. Probably this was one of the reasons where the whole history have been misinterpreted, misread, mismanipulated, and put into a fact where the colonial people, the rulers, could make others to follow. This is what happened in the world. So what has happened before their time period is all put into the time scale where it is, they made the frame, they made the format and then put it inside that. Everything has to fall in their timeline. I'm sure Queen Victoria allowed teachers to address only matters of their history, their geography, their literacy, their mathematics, their science, their exploration, not many other. So the whole world followed. Same thing we followed, therefore we know Gandhi, we know India partition, and we know pre-independent, past-independent. History is always divided like that. Maybe some portion of Vedic history for 2 pages in the history book, that's it. We know more names of like their name, maybe Jallianwala Bagh, Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, maybe Ambedkar. That's a history. But these colonial people who ruled us, they may not even know these names because for them there are petty issues. So we rewrote those parts for our purpose with some historians which were part of, even today they are all historians only. They never got advancement in looking at what and how it is going to help the youth. If that is not done, history becomes only a mystery and useless. That's what would have happened. I am sure we don't have any other great speaker like Sri, who did a lot of research on Bharatavarsha, Bharatagandha, the King Bharata, Jambudyup. As we say, Himalayam Samarabhya Yavat Hindu Sarovaram Tam Devanirmitam Desham Hindustanam Prachakshati. Jambudyupe Bharatavarshe Bharatagande. In our daily prayers, it's part of our geography. I am sure if you want to learn that geography, we should understand from the Aryavarta, Bharatavarsha, and then understand what is our tradition, our heritage, where we have to look at to understand the sthan, the place, and where the Hindu definition, the Sanatana Dharma, the Nitya Nutana and Chirapuratana added together. If you can understand that, I think the old knowledge is never old. It is even applicable today. So that you can get the energy, power, force. But what is lacking is because of the traditional learning system which we had. I don't think even a national education policy can change these teachers, change this syllabus, unless there is a great effort by people like Sri who can take this forward. We need a good amount of time working with the youth. We had started some time back, left it on the road sometime. We started almost 12 years back. The time I took my retirement, we were on the roads. Striving, dedicated students to get into this, at least not learning the concern of sharing. These concern. Sharing the concern was our concern. No need. There are a lot of old blockers, but some passage can be always found. But they are all into, from the bachelorship, they go into the familyship, then they lose their time and spirit. So clinging them, putting them together needs a lot of research funding, great activity for documentation, looking at thoroughly to give them a profession in this. Otherwise, I think that cannot happen. So this is where I felt that ICHR can be reoriented. We need to push involving them inside this, probably not taking funding, but telling them this is where they need to throw the fund so that if we can do that, at least a few centers around the universities or maybe around a few centers. That's where last time when Sri and me were discussing on this. But then VSS had a few seminars, and then I thought such seminars should happen only when there are good questions and good discussions. Otherwise, it just go into the water as you are mixing water, one jug of milk in the water. It will just go unseen. So I always feel you should only give the first taste that happened some time back. And I felt there could be some few questions which are very focused to understand. And then if discussions are there, I hope that would have been much more potentially beautiful. But in the schedule I am seeing lecture almost 1 hour. Let us see how it goes. I just got this information the other day. I have fused up with a few programs, and I could, let me see whether I can reschedule and then listen to this. I hope the recorded versions will be available if I miss them here. All the best. Thank you. I congratulate DSS for the great initiative, and I wish Kodambi to have a beautiful, most creative, most productive time. Pranams to each one of you. Thank you, Prabhakar ji, for this kindness, for accommodating me inside and then allowing me to have few words.
Namaste, Seshkumar ji. It's welcome. You are required. You are the person who introduced Sudarshana. Srinivas ji. And without you, how can it be completed? So you must be always available for all the lectures what Srinivas is giving. That's my request. Please help us. Okay. And you have given excellent introduction. And it is required, as you said, there should be a more discussion session. Though whatever time he wants, he can, so that we can, Mr. Srinivas can take, and later we can get into discussions also. But people are also not, I find in various discussions, various meetings, people are also not that quality and effective discussions happens. And people are not still trained up to get into a proper discussion platform. That's what I find in many meetings. So that should not happen. We also should improve in arranging the discussions and meetings that will be required. With this thing I request Shalini ji, the research associate of Srinivas ji, and I request her to introduce the speaker to the audience. Shalini ji, are you there?
Yeah.
Please.
Sarvebhyo Namaha. I'm quite excited to have you all here today and for the valuable knowledge we would be acquiring in the lecture series of the speaker hosted by VSS and about the discussions we would be having on the topic. We expect this platform to be free from any sort of preoccupied thoughts or judgments, but instead a friendly environment with an open mind to look at the facts as they are, which in fact very much necessary to realize where we stand today as a country, a culture or a belief system and what we are supposed to do in the future. Although the current situation in the world is quite serious, pandemic stuff, we cannot deny the fact that there is a much bigger game being played alongside, which forces one to think if the current pandemic is a game changer or a cooked up story to divert the attention of the public or an opportunity being used by those with vested interests to fulfill their greed. The public seems to have been thrown to a state of fear which keeps them away from understanding the reality. There are various activities picking momentum at the same time, like what we may call it as clearing the earth of the infidels, or the current pandemic is an acceleration for the return of Messiah or the avatar of Kalki. In order to get off this web of confusing events, we will have to start from the scratch to understand why we are here today. Although Vedas are considered to be Apaurusheya, it is believed that they were compiled post-Mahabharata War at the beginning of Kali Age. The most accepted time frame for the Mahabharata War is 3137 BC. Lack of realization of the antiquity of our ancient texts and improper analyzation of history pushes mankind to a state of confusion and a state of disaster. Hence, this event is a very important event for us to understand various factors. We find it most relevant to have a dignified speaker, Srinivas Prasad Kirambi, with us today, who has an experience of not less than 3 decades, to share his valuable research with the audience, which may give them a new direction or a new perspective or an approach. Shriman Srinivas Prasad Kirambi, often recognized as Shri, since a very young age has dreamt and worked only for the revival of the glorious Bharatavarsha. I consider myself very much privileged to introduce Srinivas Kirambi, who has dedicated his entire life for Bharatavarsha and its revival. Whatever the situation may be, he never got distracted from the path. The interesting life journey of Sri began at a very young age, slowly transforming him into a very arrogant young boy who fears nothing and explored various fields of learning to enhance his knowledge, but lacked direction. This happened until the intervention of the Guru at the age of 16. Just like in the life of Shankara, Govinda Bhagavatpada provided direction to this wandering sannyasi. The Guru here provided a direction to Sri's journey. Being periodically directed by the Guru in the form of divine messages, providing bits and pieces of information, pushing him towards realizing his role in the current life, Sri enhanced his understanding on various issues related to Bharatvarsha. Through his journey, he established various companies or organizations to enable work towards the revival of the glorious Bharatvarsha at a larger pace. To name a few, the Gnanabandhu Media Network Private Limited and the Geopolitical Strategic and Security Studies Institute are working in this light. He motivated various youngsters through his lectures, and many have taken forward his work, like the Great Game India and the Inner Voice of Bharat, which are the quarterly magazines in English. Currently, he is launching an online TV channel, the Bharatvarsha TV, with a main focus on many unspoken issues in the history and to analyze the history which is almost distorted today. His upcoming publications include Kashmir, the heart and soul of dead India, Corona for the crown jewel, and many more. I request our dignified speaker, Srinivas Prasad Gidadi, to enlighten the audience with his valuable research. Thank you.
Shamiji, again, very interesting and details of Srinivas ji, his life starting and other things. And we are very thankful. And who is better person than you to give the actual sketch of Srinivas ji, being a life partner of him. So that's why I selected you to this thing. So I will we have taken a good one. Now that we have talked about COVID effect, I request everybody to be to pray for the few lakhs, nearly a crore of people have lost their life in COVID in all over the world. We should pray for their Atma to teach the Paramatma safely, and for that purpose I request everybody to be silent for a few seconds. Please. Now I request Srinivas ji to take over the platform and guide us. Srinivas ji, please. Unmute. Please unmute the Srinivas ji. Please unmute.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Saraswatye Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. All the esteemed members of the Veda Samskriti Samiti, Dr. Shish Kumar ji and Mata ji, and esteemed historian Sudarshan Rao ji,
Yeah, that's correct.
and many others who joined us. It's of course, Dr. Shashikumar has told that we have worked and we are still working, and it took more than 3 decades to bring. Still, we feel that there is quite a bit of things to be done, and the journey that I started has taken me into almost all continents, all countries, and various aspects of life. But I don't know whether I will be like Prabhakar said, whether I will be able to guide anybody or not. But at least I will share what I found and what could be or what we could do. This lecture series is specifically divided into 4 different parts, and I try to confine this one to 1 hour, but maybe it may go 10 minutes to 15 minutes more. But I try to stick to the points because each and every topic that I raise in this will take into a totally different. It could be taken as another 10-hour lecture series because it's we are trying to condense the entire past 2,000-year history, geography, suppression, destruction, and complete annihilation of many cultures and civilizations all across the world into a very compact part of compact 4-part series. Like Sheikh Kumarji said, if we have few students, few youngsters who could have a concern, that will be very good. Who could understand us, that will be very good. I just will give one example before I go to the background of the lecture. When I was giving a lecture in the one talk on the ancient traditional Indian sciences in Uttarakhand for the Gurukula students of the Ramdev Ashram, I was talking about the Somnath temple and how the Somanath Linga was hanging in the air because it was built on a principle called magnetic dipoles. So it was a huge lilium, and it was not connected to the base, and it was hanging in the middle. And in order to do the Abhishekam, they have to go up onto it. So when I was telling that, after all the lecture was over, a small young boy came, who is around, I think, grade 5 or 7. He came and asked me one thing. I had a question. I said, "What is it?" He asked me, "I want to know how we are introducing a kind of a bipolar magnetic activity into a stone that could hang for more than 1,500 years." It was a remarkably brilliant question. I don't know where that boy is now, but that's the kind of a thing that we wanted. We did motivated many students. Few of them are still with us. Still they want to know, but that's apart from the story. So, coming back to the lecture series, there is an old African saying that tells you that unless lions have their own historians, the story.
Namaste. Okay, right. It's always good, nice listening to you for. But as I said, you are putting milk in the ocean sometime. No, unless some questions and answers. No, probably we should give some topics and then say that you could frame questions from this. Then there will be. Otherwise, as a monologue it goes, nothing will be captured in brain. So at least if 10 questions can be answered per day, 4 sessions, 40-50 questions, good enough. You can make questions and send it to somebody also, no problem. Let them ask. like 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 politicians do sometimes, right? Colonel Babu garu, all fine? All fine, I am asking. I had something also. I have to go there, attend that, and then come back. I just finished. No, no, that was finished at 6:30. Again, I have one thing, another in 7:30. I have 4 or 5 programs today. Sunday is totally hectic. For last 30 days, United Nations NGO part of it. I am in the council now. We have yoga celebration for last 30 days. So today is 27th day. So today actually I am the hosting person. So every day it's a huge job. It goes 7:30 to 10:30, 3 hours. Yeah, next to 3 hours. It's most of them are from New York. Yeah, it's an international one. We had Africans, we have Christians, we have church group, we had Imams group, Buddhist group, so many different versions of yoga. So, yeah. See, it's all interpretations the way we, what Indian yoga is all stupid yoga which Iyengar started from Mysore Palace. Is it Indian yoga? What India is celebrating is not Indian yoga. It's all gymnastics only. Mysore Palace, Bua Shivananda and Thirumalai Swami, his nephew was a gymnastics man, so he impressed gymnastics inside that and then sold it to with Iyengar in America. That's it. We have got Smile Yoga, no, Bikram Yoga, Hot Yoga, what not. Every yoga studios are. Yeah. Everything. Japan dogs are also doing it. Yeah. They are better. Yeah. Better than Indian monkeys. Folding leg and then putting on top and all is much worse. Donkey's job. Monkey's yoga. Good. How is Srini? Everything all fine? I never knew that Rajshekhar was no helping you out. Gladly I mentioned his name without knowing that, right? No, but without knowing that I mentioned he was Bacha helping us, and no, it just comes sometime. I was trying to find because his profile picture was entirely different, unrecognizable. But then I guessed it is Rajshekhar from no. I can only see him as a +1 student even now, +2 student. Never had contact, nothing new, but I saw the name, but immediately that flashed. Yeah, Rajshekhar. Good. See, Srini, unless you make a parallel for everything what you speak in India, don't take it for granted. Many people don't know. See, when you said we all know, no. If you give a chance, many people would have raised hands and we don't know. No, if everybody follows every bit of it, maybe when you wrap it, everybody will understand. But when you think of another month and after that, when you speak all this, you put a questionnaire and then ask few questions next time. so see what I'm saying is it's like a mathematics professor talking to grade 1 students, you know. No, Babu Garu, I was sitting with Srini for a long time. We traveled together talking. So somewhere relating frequencies are equal. But that doesn't happen. It took long time. For many people, it won't. So too much of, I think you should use only 3 slides and finish for 1 hour. Otherwise, you are 17 slides jumping from one place to another place. People don't even understand Greek means where is Greek. I tell you, half of these people don't know where is Greek. When you say Rome, they don't even locate where is Rome. Nah? We will take only that portion and then we will put a Reverend Kadambi. And we will also tell Colonel Babu is sponsoring this program. Then there will be a lot of attendees, don't worry. Minority Commission also will sponsor your program. I missed it anyway. I kept a recorder here. I will listen to that audio record later. I was only between. I came once when something else was happening, so I could only gather from that. I am telling. Yeah. I recorded the whole audio is with me, so I can use it. I'll send you also that audio if you want. Okay. Bye. Bye. Thank you.